will start. Let's all pray first in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. So, good day, class. You may now take your seats. Okay, so now I will be checking your attendance. So, when I call your name, raise your right hand and say present. Understood? Okay. Abelyare, Fancy. It looks like everyone is present. So before we start our lesson, let's observe the following classroom rules as we go through our lesson. So first, I want everyone to sit properly and pick up the trashes you see around the classroom or around you. Second, if the teacher is speaking or discussing, you must listen and participate in the discussion. Lastly, if you have any questions or would like to answer the question, simply raise your right hand. Understood? Okay, so now we will play a game called Pass the Message. So I want everyone to put your chairs on the side. Okay, so now I will group the class into three and I will be assigning you your group members. So now that you know your group member, I want each group to form a line. So group 1 here, group 2, and then we have the group 3. And the first member in line will be the starter. So you will be the first to relay the message. But before that, I want the first member in line to approach me because I will whisper the word that you are going to relay. So after whispering, the starter will run and go back to their line and relay the word to the next member until it reaches to the last member. So when the word reaches the last member in line will run here in front and say the word you heard and describe the word. So 1, 2, 3, and go! Okay, so what's the first word? Very good. Cheetah is the correct word, and yes, they ran fast. So the first point is for group 1. Second round, yes, that's correct. Turtle is the right word, and they are slow. So first, 1 point for the group 3, and then for third round, excellent. Paperclip is right, and yes, they are small. So 1 point for group 3 again. And fourth round, yes, good job. It is mountain, and it is big. 1 point for group 2. And for our last round, we have 3 points. So well done. It is coin, and it is hard and small. So 3 points for group 1. And we have group 1 as our winner. So do you feel energized now, class? That's good to know. So and now, let me call on Teacher Jelisa.
From the game that you did earlier, what do you think will be our lesson for today? Anyone? Yes, Eden. Okay, that's right. Our lesson for today will be about adjectives, specifically the degrees of comparison of regular adjectives. So at the end of our lesson today, you will be able to identify the degrees of regular adjectives in a story, explain the importance of degrees of regular adjectives, and draw a comic that shows the different degrees of regular adjectives. So any questions? Okay, none. So let's continue. So class, please read silently and observe the comic strip. Okay, are you done? Yes. So who is missing? Can you describe who Jack is looking for? Yes, Eden. Okay, Jack is looking for Max, which is a fluffy brown dog. So where did Jack look for Max? Describe the locations. Anyone? Okay, Nikki. Alright, so Jack looked for Max around the big town. So what did Max eat near the park? Yes, Shira. Yes, Max ate the tastiest bread that Emily bought. And where did Jack find his dog? Yes, very good, Angelica. Jack found his dog near the quiet park. So from all of your answers, can anyone tell me what are the adjectives found in the comic strip? Yes, we have fluffy. Another? Yes, big. Another? Round. Yes, that's right. Another? Kindest, tastiest, and quiet. So very good, class. Give yourselves a round of applause. So for you to find out which degrees of comparison they belong to, let me call on Teacher Curl.
Adjective are describing words that are used to modify nouns and pronouns. So there are three degrees of adjectives that compare one item to another, which are the positive, comparative, and the superlative. Now let's talk about first the positive degree of comparison. It is basically the original form of the adjective and does not allow you to make any comparison. While the comparative degree of comparison is used to compare between two nouns that have the same quality or the particular quality of a noun at two different times. The last degree is the superlative degree of comparison. It is the highest degree of comparison. It shows which of these nouns being compared has the greatest or least degree of the mentioned quality or qualities. A regular adjective describe a noun. Regular adjectives follow the pattern of adding er or more in the comparative form and est most in the superlative form. So we have more and most, and we have greater, for example, greater, and we have greatest.
Now, we have here an example of the 3-degree comparison, such as the positive, comparative, and superlative. So when we say positive form, it is the base form of the adjective which simply describes a noun without making a comparison. And second is the comparative form. So it is used to compare two things, and it typically adds er to the adjective or uses more before it. And lastly, the superlative form. So it is used to compare more than two things, indicating the highest degree, and it's typically add est to the adjective or uses most before it. So we have here the example word, which is the happy. So it is a positive form because it simply describes a noun without making comparison. And next one is the happier. So we added er to make a comparison. And lastly is the happiest. So this is the superlative form we use because we compared more than two things. Did you understood it? And also we have another example, the big, bigger, and biggest. Another is safe, safer, and safest. And lastly is more, is frightened, more frightened, and most frightened. So we did use the more and most term in comparative and superlative. And for you to really understand, I have here an example sentences. First example is, my mother is tall. So in this example, the tall is the adjective that describes the mother. Did you get it? And second is, my mother is taller than my brother. So in this example, we are comparing the mother and the brother in their height. So we added er to indicate that we are comparing the two person. And the word taller is the word that we used to compare the two person. Did you get it? And next is the sentence, my mother is the tallest in the family. So in this part, we use the superlative. It indicating that we are comparing two or more people. So we added est. And we have also another two examples here. So did you understand our topic? Okay, let's see if you understand. I will ask you some questions for you to know. For me to know if you understand our topic. Okay? So what are the 3 degrees of comparison of adjectives again? Okay, very good. We have the positive, comparative, and superlative. And what is regular adjective? Anyone? Okay, very good. A regular adjective describes a noun. A regular adjective, it follows the pattern of adding er or more in the comparative form and est or most in the superlative form. And can you give me an example of positive example and its comparative and superlative form? Okay, very good. Beautiful is an example of positive word or adjective. And how about its comparative? Very good. It is more beautiful. And what about the superlative form? Very good. It is most beautiful. So good job, everyone. All of you understand our lessons very well.
Thank you, Teacher Rachel. All right, class. Now we're going to do an activity on describing noun. I'm practicing the positive, comparative, and superlative degrees of the regular adjectives. I will divide you into two groups. Here side is the first group, while here is the second group. So the group 1, I will assign you to describe the noun school, while the group 2, I will assign you to describe the noun house. Am I clear, class? Okay, very good. So each member must participate actively in your group. So if you have any concern, you just simply raise your right hand. Okay, so if you have any problem, teacher will assist you. Okay, you have 10 minutes to brainstorm or to discuss within your group. Okay, are you ready, class? Okay, very good. Time starts now. Time's up. Let's see if your answer is correct. Let's begin with group 1. Okay, let's see. Wow, wonderful, group 1. You did a great job. And now let's proceed to group 2. Okay? Wow, excellent. You did a great job, group 2. Okay, because of that, you deserve a very good clap. Did you know how to do it very good clap, class? Oh, you didn't know? Just follow Teacher Angel. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're very, very good. Okay, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're very, very good. Okay, thank you all for participation, class. And now I have one question. If you really understand our lesson today, okay, tell me what is the importance of a regular adjective in everyday life? Okay, you can tell me. Princess? Yes, very good. It helps us to describe. What else? Karen? Very good. It helps us to compare things. Okay, thank you for your participation, class. So teacher Anna will give you a quiz today.
Now, to further assess your knowledge of our lesson today, we will have a quiz, my dear students. You are tasked to create a comic strip in a long bond paper showing the use of degrees of regular adjectives. You can also use coloring materials for a creative output. We have also rubrics for you to follow so you can get the perfect scores, okay? So the first one is we have the content. It must shows the accurate use of degrees of regular adjectives. Creativity, number 2, your comics must unique and use your own ideas. The third one is composition. Poster is balanced, the whole page works together, and pays attention to the background. There must also be time and effort in doing your comic strip. The fourth one is craftsmanship. Poster is neat and carefully made. And the fifth one is coloring. You should use variety of colors and colors should go well together. Okay, you will be given 15 minutes to do this task, my dear students. Okay, time is up. Kindly submit your work to me before I end. I am going to leave you an assignment. Kindly get your assignment notebook and copy this. Direction: construct sentences using the positive, comparative, and superlative degree of regular adjectives with the following adjectives. The first one is hard, number 2 is weak, number 3 is pretty, number 4 wise, and number 5 is cheap. Okay, if you have no questions, no clarifications, no suggestions, then I guess that would be all for today, my dear students. Thank you, class, and goodbye. See you on our next meeting.